Okay. I think the time is 2 o'clock sharp, and I think that's a good moment for everyone for us to start. Let's start letting everyone join us at their own pace as usual. So good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the forum of the European Irrigation Association. For those of you who are joining the first time, first of all, warm welcome. Secondly, my name is Moshe Bernstein. I'm the president of the European Irrigation Association. Been active in the irrigation field since the last 15 years. Live and work in France, and on my day job, I'm a managing director of the company Netafim, the irrigation company Netafim in France. I'm very happy to see you all with us, and on behalf of the board of the association, I would like to welcome you to this event, members and visitors. I hope you find it interesting. At least in the last hour and a half. And next slide, please, Fleur. You're going to help me, right? Good. So new forum, but the same rules. Just as always, to keep the forum running smoothly. We have some housekeeping best practices. So you should know that we are recording the event. If you don't want to be seen, please turn off your camera and don't display your name. As simple as it is. If you don't mind being seen, please reveal your name properly and the name of your company. Please mute your microphone. Actually, the microphones are being muted automatically by Jean-Maurice. If you would like to speak up, if you would like to take part of the conversation, of course, we are more than happy to have a conversation here. Please use the reaction button. Just raise your hand, and Jean-Maurice will give you will open the microphone for you. So, and as always, I dare asking you to open your cameras. I think that this is really, it's fun, it's nice. Big part of what we're doing here is to get to know each other as a little bit. So faces and videos are more than welcome. Next, please. For the avoidance of any misbehavior, we believe that discussions we're having are being conducted in a free competition environment, meaning that we adopt the code of conduct strictly, adopting the code of conduct of the association everywhere, every time, every gathering we're having, every conversation. Simply saying, we don't talk about commercial matters here. So no, nothing about pricing, clients, market information, financial results, whatever. This we keep outside of our conversations, and I think that this helps us a lot to concentrate on what really we're trying to do here is to promote together the sustainable irrigation in Europe. Next, please. The agenda for today, what's on the menu? We have, I'm going to start 15 minutes with an introduction to the situation, a short update on the way we see the situation today in the European Committee, the economy situation, and what does it mean for us in irrigation. Then I will briefly review the ongoing activities in the association, only highlights of what has been done since last forum when we met a few months ago. Then Flo will take the floor to introduce, as always, new members. We have 4 new members, if I'm not mistaken, today that we joined in the recent weeks to the association, and we're gonna warmly welcome them, and we're gonna get to know them a little bit as well. Then we're gonna move to the first topic of today, which we already have Amir, and good afternoon, Amir. Amir Nofersti. I hope that I'm pronouncing the name correctly, Amir. It will be the main speaker today, which will talk about innovation and smart eco-centric revolution, sustainability 4.0. It will take us through a very interesting presentation, which help us to arrange maybe our understanding of sustainability and what does it mean for us for the irrigation sector as well. So I'm looking forward for this presentation. Then under the topic of innovation and technology, each time, for those of you who are aware or are familiar with the format, we invite one of our association members to reveal or to expose and to share with us interesting innovation, technologies, new technologies, breakthrough, and so on. Today we're going to have Bruno Peroni, that is going to be with us from the company Lindsay Corporation, which I'm sure that most of you know them very well. And Bruno will share with us the machine health and machine learning innovation for pivots. At the end of this session, we're going to open the microphone for everyone to share, to ask questions. Please do it. You may comment freely. You can participate, ask anything you would like, or comment the way you would like. We are here for you at the end of the day to promote the sector. Next, please, Fleur. Few basic observations. No need to go through everything. By the way, all this presentation will be distributed later on. You're going to find it in the website of the association. But few observation about what's going on economy-wise in Europe today. I'm sure that you're all aware. But I would say that the main topics remains the inflation, which the highest inflation since some decades, I would say. Not me, like that. These are the numbers. Financial conditions. Russia, unfortunately, Russia invasion to Ukraine continues spreading fear and worry. And the COVID, which is not, is still, we still hear about it, we still see it. It still impacts the outlook. So altogether, all these aspects impact the outlook, which is quite on a downturn today, if we would like to position it economically. We see today the prices, volatility of the prices of food and energy. Risks are much higher than the opportunities in the outlook. We can see that the policymakers are hesitating in the way they're going to deal with the inflation, and in parallel deal with pushing the market forward. And we see some fiscal and monetary aids which are on hold at the moment, which influence a lot of our sector, mostly on the side of the agriculture. So as a result, what we see today is influencing our sector quite heavily. Next, please. And if we move and we talk about our sector, as always, I would say that we see the increase of the demand for irrigation solution coming more and more into discussions. We have notably about after a summer, which was quite the drought this summer was quite significant, influenced heavily on the agriculture and the continent. The level of the green water, the water, the soil water, is declining. We have solutions for this. The irrigation becomes the necessity, I would say, for sure in the Mediterranean area of Europe, but not only. We see it more and more coming into the country, into the regions where the precipitation is likely to decrease. So we see the impact. We see the demand for irrigation continues both for the agriculture and also for the urban the applications. We see a lot of actually we see today I would say a fight over water, mostly between agriculture and energy. The demand for water is increasing. What we're doing in this aspect is trying to justify the utilization, the right utilization, the efficient utilization of water, to decrease the demand for water to agriculture mostly, and win the quantity that is deserved for us to maintain the agriculture and the urban solutions on both sides on the right level. Of course, there are most of the effort here is to shift from low efficiency, I would say, technologies, mostly the gravity irrigation, to modern pressurized irrigation systems like drip, like sprinklers, management of systems with the tools that we're having today, with the technology, digital technology that we're having today, and to try to offer a solution which is proven to be more efficient. Of course, there are also other sides of the solution, mostly on the effect of the soil health. But this is, I would say, let's take this for another. It deserves a dedicated meeting on this one. If we move forward. Our place in this environment, we are here actually to show that within the structure of the association, each one with his own company, on European scale, that water saving is possible thanks to the technologies that we are promoting, the efficiency of irrigation, the infrastructure, the application systems, the planning tools, everything around this is to that's our goal, to show that we can do better with the water and to preserve the place of these technologies in the discussion of water. And within the context of the association, some of you may remember that we've decided to have different working group. Each working group is dedicating its time for the promotion of a certain area around the irrigation. So we have today 6 working groups aiming to influence each group aiming to influence a different aspect. So we have the sustainability in agriculture, the urban, the standardization part, the knowledge transfer and training. We have the wastewater, and we have the communication as groups. And let me take you really briefly over the highlights of what has been done in the last few months since the previous forum. Next, please. So the group of Julia, the sustainability in agriculture. This group intends to pay attention to the issues concerning the promotion of the activation of projects that pursue the sustainable development goals, focus on the agricultural side. This group, I would say, main 2 items that are being discussed on the table is the certification label. We start to explore together the way to promote the sustainable agriculture practice, notably on the irrigation, and how to wrap it into certification. We had a meeting with the Friends of the Earth organization, which is labeling the agriculture, and we have a ongoing and continued discussion on how to bring the best practices and how to pack it into the certification of sustainability in the future. And in parallel, we are aware of the fact that we need to be very much we need to be very accurate on the way we promote the solutions of the irrigation. It needs to be quantified if we want to place the irrigation as part of the solutions for the future on the European Commission level. We need to have quantified results. We need to work more on the calculation on the water saving, energy saving, the benefits of the different technologies that we are providing here. Next, please. Subgroup of this group is the plastic. We're dealing specifically with the collection of plastic recycling in agriculture. Our vision is to overcome and to advance our responsibility on dealing with plastic for the relevant companies. This subgroup is being led by Dora Anan, in a close collaboration with plastic actors, different plastic actors on a European level. We have discussions about the end of life. Some countries are well advanced like France, for example, with solution of end of life. Other countries, members of the EU, they have different solutions, and we're trying to position us as a group, as a sector, between the different solutions, and to promote the way we are taking responsibility on the plastic. And of course, it has to do also with publications and with the knowledge transfer and sharing. Please, next, please. The second group is the group of Santiago from dealing with urban landscape. This group continues to work on the development of best practices, proper design, installation, operation, maintenance of irrigation systems in urban solutions. Next, please. The third one, the third group, led by Michel. That's a group dealing with the standardization. We are partners, as a reminder, in 2 technical committees in the CEN, the CEN 334 and 144, the irrigation and the technical machinery. Recently, you can find in our website the publication of the standardization in wastewater reuse and guidelines on the treated water used for the irrigation projects. We do see, and we tend to believe that this topic is being accelerated in a very fast way today on the European level on how to deal with the water, with the recycled water. Next, please. Damir is responsible for the training and knowledge transfer. The main occupation today for the main target is to arrive, and it will be soon, I guess, in the end of this year, beginning of next year. We're going to have an educational program which will focus not on the practical, not on the technical side of the irrigation, but overall something which is more holistic on the approach of irrigation and water and so on. And we are going to introduce a train the trainer program that people in different countries that will be willing or will have the motivation to do so will spread the knowledge, and will continue developing the irrigation on local levels based on materials and programs that have been shared with Paul van Breda, and will be part of the offering of the association. Still a lot of work to do. A lot of work is being done currently, and we hope to arrive to the first course at the beginning of 23. That's a very active group. Next one is the group of Bruno, dealing with wastewater. We already mentioned this on how to bring the knowledge and the technology, mostly the position and of the standardization and different approach in the European level into the table of the sector, and to be more advanced on our approach on using wastewater. Of course, there are different levels of wastewater reutilization in each country. Also in Europe, there are many differences, and we're striving to get our approach on this one. And the next one is the group of Fleur. There's a group of the communication. A lot of activities, marketing activities, communication activities around the visibility of the association. We try to be attractive. We try to show our value. We try to be an actor, legitimate actor in the field of the irrigation in Europe. A lot of work is being done on the editorial side, on publishing articles, making sure that the articles we publish, and we always keep a very fine balance between the companies. We try to keep the code of conduct in the right place. We try not to promote any mark, any brand, any special technology, but to bring a lot of knowledge that exists actually many times within the frameworks of the private companies. So it's not an easy trick. It's not an easy one. We are struggling with it, and we try to do a good job on this one. And of course, the organization of events such as today, and we're gonna talk about it later, I guess. But we're gonna meet in EIMA. I hope most of us will meet in EIMA in Bologna, in Italy, in the month of November. Next, please. Bruno, you're not a working group, Bruno, yet, but you're an executive advisor to the board. Bruno is formally dedicating part of his time to promote the activities of the association. He's very much involved in all the activities of the different working groups. That's inside and outside is exploring new technologies, exploring new areas of interest for us, whether it's what we're going to hear today about sustainability, which is very interesting, or last time about the different technologies. Today, next time, maybe it's going to be about the carbon. So we're trying to listen to what's interesting in the market, what are the points of interest for most of us, or for all of us, and try to bring this to the table and to provide you with some significant knowledge and know-how. Next, please. Voila, I think that this is from my side. I leave the floor to you now, Fleur.
Okay. Thank you, Moshe. So now I'm going to call the new members who recently joined the association. We used to do it during each of our forum now, and they will have the opportunity to introduce themselves. We welcomed 4 new members since our latest forum, and we now have 17 members. So the first one is Drop. So I'm going to ask to Nondas Vavourakis, if he's here, to introduce himself and the company Drop. Nondas?
Maybe you need to open the microphone, or
yeah, I think he's here. I see him in the list. Non-DAS?
No, that's you can enable your microphone. You have permission to speak.
Non-DAS, are you here? Can you hear me? I'm not sure he's here. Maybe he left, but he was in the list at the beginning of the meeting.
Okay.
And yeah, he's here. But his microphone is mute, I think. Jean-Maurice, can you open his microphone?
I open his microphone, so you need to.
No, that's if you can click on your microphone, on the icon of the microphone, you have the authorization to use it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Sorry about the circumstances. Hello. I'm glad and delighted to be part of the presentation today. And I prepared about sustainability. I'm Amir Hossein Foresti, living in France. Business strategies with value-centric mindset, and then moved forward to being more eco-centric because I think the worldwide demand toward ecology is what we need.
We wanted to have non-DAS introducing drop. No, you are not non-DAS.
So what I suggest is, non-DAS, if you cannot open your microphone.
Maybe I will say a few words about
please,
drop.
Please do, Flo. Yeah.
Okay. So drop has been providing filtration solutions in agriculture, industry, and water application since 1971. They are based in Greece, and they are a very important manufacturer in Greece. And that's it. Maybe you can add something, Moshi, if you know something about
let's go to the next. So welcome, drop.
Okay.
And let's go to the next one.
Okay, the next one is Irmasys. So I will ask Yanis Tsirogiannis to introduce the company, Irmasys, if he's here. No, he's not here.
I can't see him.
Yeah, he's here, but I can see him, but he's not. But you need to open his microphone.
Yeah,
I guess.
Problem.
Mm-hmm.
Can you open your microphone, Yanis? Okay. I think there is a problem with the microphone of the participants. Okay, so I introduce the company rapidly.
Yeah, and if we're going to find a solution for this one, I would really appreciate their participation. But okay, we need to find a solution for this. So please say a few words about the company, and we'll leave you some time later on to reintroduce yourself. All right? Okay, I'm sorry for the technical problem.
They provide technical consulting services in water management in agriculture. The main product of the company is a platform for irrigation recommendations and end users. They are based in Greece too. So I can't say anything more about them. And the next company is Yoba Sens. And Coralie Tavassoli, I think she's participating to the forum, and she has to introduce the company, but she might have the same problem with the microphone. I don't know. Maybe we can try again.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Okay, Coralie.
We can hear you. Welcome.
Perfect. So I'm Coralie Tavassoli from Yoba Sens. Our purpose is to guarantee a sustainable plant heritage. We mainly work with young trees in cities, but we also work on sports fields and bedding plants for companies, land planners, and tree managers. We work a lot in France, and we have clients in Germany, Belgium, Switzerland, Netherlands, and Morocco. So how do we help our clients? Well, we have a unique root monitoring protocol with tensiometric probes, and a connected device. And we do offer the possibility to control solenoid valves with our connected device. Our goal is to increase the root development, water only where the roots are, therefore reduce the amount of water we use. We can tell when to water and the amount of water needed. And we also can program the watering system directly from our office. Actually, 90% of our clients use manual watering, but the part of integrated watering systems is increasing, and that's why we're here now.
Okay, thank you, Coralie.
Thank you, Coralie, and welcome.
And welcome, yeah.
Bienvenue.
And the next new member is Yotam Shahar from Israel, and he joined us as an individual. So Yotam, maybe you can, if you can open your microphone, you can tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, hello everybody. It's very nice to be here. My name is Yotam Shachar. I'm from Israel, from a company called Equestia. I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm new to this irrigation field, and I'm trying to learn, and part of it is join to this group. So thank you.
Welcome, Yotam.
Thank you. So do we try again for a drop and
yeah,
here maybe?
can.
Okay, I go back to the slides.
Does it
So
up?
Nondas, did you can you open your microphone? We can try again, maybe, if you want to introduce drop. No? Okay, I don't know, there is a problem with Nondas and
Okay.
And Irmasis, maybe. Yanis, can you try?
Problem? No.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that, really.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So here is the map with our members. As I told you at the beginning of my presentation, we now have 70 new members and a total of 70 members, and we are welcoming new members every month, you know. So the association is really growing, and it's a very, very good dynamic. Okay, and so I'm going to tell you about the next events we are organizing. So in EMA Bologna exhibition on November 10, we are going to organize a cocktail at the fair site at the end of the afternoon at 5:30 to celebrate the development of the association and to speak a little bit about what we are doing, and you know, trying to welcome new members, and we also are going to have a booth in the Hall 21 stand A27 bis. So if you want to visit us on the booth, you are more than welcome. The other event we are going to organize is a general assembly, an online general assembly on November 18 in the afternoon. So if you want to join us, even if you are not a member of the association, you can. Okay. So now we are going to move to our invited speaker, Amir. And he's going to make a presentation about irrigation innovation and smart eco-centric revolution. It is an academic approach to innovation in sustainability evolution toward becoming more efficient during the evolution of agriculture. So now he's going to tell us a little bit more about his presentation. So, okay.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm so glad and delightful for being part of the presentation today and talking about my main concern and a worldwide concern of ecocentricity. So I choose to talk about irrigation innovation irrigation and innovation and a smart ecocentric revolution towards sustainability 4.0, specifically more in innovation in water, energy, food, nexus, and circular economies. I am a business strategist who call himself a value-centric business strategist, and because of that, I have more approaches in customer centricity, value centricity, and according to the needs in the modern world toward ecocentricity and climate resiliency. And I am certified in green economy and trade, green economy, sustainable finance, and other certain related field toward that. So what is sustainability actually? Where does sustainability come from? Sustainability is all about efficiency at the first approach, impacts, reducing cost and risks without having any ecological concerns, identifying the needs toward being more efficient. That was the main reason when sustainability born in the human society. Then moved forward sustainability 2.0 to performance and improvement in product and services according to demands. The demands grows to for the people of the world to having more concern for ecology, having more concern for planets. So the certain metrics became an assets like fuel and energy efficiency and health impact. Sustainability level 3 borns. Sustainability 3.0 borns from investing in new progressive approaches and process. Combined indicators like resource efficiency, productivity, greenhouse gas emission, infrastructure durability became the main reason for competitive advantage in main businesses. And
Amir, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Are you moving the presentation forward? Because I can see only the first slide. Now I can see it. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. Maybe it's on.
Sorry, it might be because of my computer rendering it. So at the level 3, we have more into the productivity and infrastructure durability. To having the certain metrics as something to be a competitive advantage. I should mention my approaches to sustainability today is more toward economical and ecological behaviors, not social behaviors that much, because I am moving forward to green economy and the green growth. So where actually the certain concerns in the sustainability led sustainability to have evolution. It followed by certain events in our modern world, which is not moving forward that. Our audiences can see that information in our websites after my presentation. I try to be more resourceful about time, but certain demands in our human society in the world led certain organization in worldwide to have a legalization and standardization toward global concerns in resourcefulness and efficiency of resources, and that have certain effects in our modern world towards sustainability approaches. So demand and the concerns was the main reason of the evolution in sustainability. Rather than that, evolution in different industries and certain challenges and promoting certain approaches in industries let sustainability to have evolutions. Let the sustainability change himself. So look like in industry level 1, we had the certain approaches like sorry, my computer has certain problems with rendering it. I'm so sorry for this technical problem. Sorry about that. Okay. For example, in agriculture, we have motorization, mechanization, and electronics, and several different time aspects. So by having electronics in agriculture, by having industrial digitalization and mobilization, automations, the main concerns of the sustainability level 1 were born because we had the ability to be more resourceful. We had the ability to be more resource efficient. So I'm not getting to that much. I'm gonna talk about that in the further in the further page, the first steps of sustainability was eco-efficiency and risk reductions. Specifically, we are going to talk about that in irrigation. Sustainability one was has been a reactive effort where some companies trying to become something more resource efficient, trying to be ultimately sustainable in infrastructures, cleaning up the messes. We are not having that much resources anymore, and we're trying to reducing our impacts in surrounding environment. We try to have certain improvement in social behaviors, certain improvement in ecological behaviors, and we're trying to assessing the risks. So sustainability level one was mostly in social responsibility approaches. In sustainability level two, where the competitive advantage born, we try to improve our image and gain profit over that. We try to improve the business's values, shareholder values. We try to produce more greener products, and we try to attract new market segments. Look like clean tech, look like biodesign. And in water industries, we developed our main industrial platforms to more centralized infrastructures, and we try to move innovation toward clean energy technologies and engineering with the aim for reducing the impacts in environment. In sustainability level three, we try to reinvent, we try to regenerate, which is businesses face more challenge toward taking responsibility about what they do with surrounding environment. Organization where have more pressure by the demands of the people and consumers to have solving their own problems, to solve their environmentally and environmentally and surrounding problems, to resolve the surrounding problems. Irrigation and agriculture became more integrated with advanced technologies toward efficiencies. Water in the industries became more attached to the computer systems, and wireless sensor systems started to be important part of this, their efficient approaches. Advanced data management with mass use of information technology and computer devices, and develop new approaches toward efficiencies. But what is sustainability for? Sorry. Sustainability for moved toward ecocentricity. So what is ecocentricity? Ecocentricity is a nature-centered solution. Something more than just efficiency, trying to bring the business value proposition toward natural-centered solution, something to be part of the nature. What is having the desire to protect and improve the quality of the nature and environment challenge, not only being environmentally not harmful towards its own activity, but to develop the humanity's relationship with nature. So in sustainability 4, we started to use the technocentric approaches, which was just toward innovation. Human development moved toward having more eco-innovation, at least, to use innovation toward developing potentials in cyber-physical systems and using software and components to have more environmentally friendly approaches, which have certain evolutions in irrigation, look like using sensors and controls, gateways, drones, satellites, satellite imaging, IoTs, neural networks in data collection, having the better approaches in data analyzers like big data analyzers and rendering, machine learning and predictions, and of course in operation, look like irrigation control system and water resource monitoring. Sustainability level 4 in water sustainability means the ability to support present water demands without compromising future generation. Capacity to do the same things. Water sustainability is a possible approach which using the technology into the systems, especially in storage, in the recovering and restoring it, reusing and treatments, into the supply chains based on the data acquisition and having the certain kind of long-term strategies moving forward, innovation in water usage. Do you have my, sorry, it's a bit hang. Sorry about the technical problem. Irrigation in water for circular economies. Sorry, I have technical problems with.
If you want, I can show your slides if you prefer, if you have some problems with them. No?
No, I have. It's not the problem of the slides. Just a moment. Sorry. That's the problem on my computer, unfortunately. It's not only about that. So if we can move forward with the. I think I need to restart it.
Okay.
I'm so sorry about that.
Would you like, Fleur? Fleur, would you like to,
You want
to
me
take the
to show
control? Yeah.
to show the slide? You prefer if I do it?
Yeah, if it's
Okay.
gonna be.
Okay, I do. Okay, so I will go back to your presentation. What slide was it?
The first slide in sustainability for irrigation and water. After evolution of irrigation.
This one?
One before.
This? It's okay?
Yes.
Okay.
One before that is great. Sorry about that.
Okay. When you need me to change, you tell me next, okay?
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So circular economy is something we needed to move forward that if we want to be climate resilient, if we want to go forward green economy. And water sustainability is all about demands. It's all about having the demands and being resource efficient, look like water efficient. So can we go forward? Next one, please. By adding the consumer, we are having the concentration to know what is going on in our circular field. In water sustainability and in irrigation, we are allowing the demands in urban, industrial, environmental, and agricultural user and consumption. And we try to be more raw material efficient. Can we go for next, please? I try to combine water, energy, and food nexus to address which part of it can be more resource efficient. Sorry, I'm not trying to go to this so deep. We can share it on the website because of the technical problem. I need to be more time efficient. So can we go next? Water, energy, food nexus, which I'm going to call WEF, is try to reduce the waste into the minimum and reusing materials in more successive production cycles. Wastewater is becoming an asset, and our main approaches is not only to be resource efficient, but also not having the not having any footprints into the surrounding environment. We're trying to align all of this economical, environmental, and social benefits together towards cycling more water and using it as a main resource. Next, please. As I mentioned, that innovation in technologies and aligning that into the sustainability, try to help us to have more circular economies aligned to each other's. Cyber physical systems, IoT, big data and analytics help us to achieve certain zero waste approaches, which is water is our main resource, and we don't want to have more waste toward water consumptions. We are reduce the unpredictable waste, and we try to provide irrigation solutions with having the best approaches in big data. We try to get real-time insights on groundwater monitoring, and we try to reduce water usage and provide a smart remote management. Next, please. My main approach is toward the business strategy, is toward to the green strategy and green growth. Green economy is having certain aspects in economy and ecosystems. Green business models is having bioeconomics, cleaner production, waste hierarchy, industrial ecology and circular economy, and product service systems approaches. Theoretically, focused on inclusive green economy can be in ecosystems, economy, and human well-being, and balance in pathways towards sustainable development. Next, please. Green business models are beneficial socially and economically and environmentally, but with having different drivers and challenge and certain customer behaviors, or having main demands and forcing the pressure toward the businesses. New and changing regulations and legislation, societal and environmental issues look like climate change and carbon efficiency are making benefits and problems in business models. Can we go next, please? Van Beers and his own teams making a green business model navigators. We can divide greening approaches into output and process, which is mostly having the certain approach toward efficiency. But we can have other approach in B2B and B2C business models and green product designs, green efficiency and localized production, product service systems, prosumers and co-creation, consumer choice influence, collaborating consumption, and water as resources. Worldwide main focus is into the waste as resources. In irrigation system, we are using water as resources, but we can have collaborative consumption as another business model and efficient model toward our approaches. Can we go next, please? There is a lot of benefits and there is a lot of profit by using green economy and concepts and benefits. We can make creating new business models, and especially in irrigation, we can rethink in our materials and projects. We can adopt raw materials and real manufacturing needs, and we can sectorizing water needs and sensitivity to scarcity. We can focus on showcasing innovation. We can change. We can have the change in consumer values. We can develop our brand image by adopting new innovative technologies toward our sustainable approaches, and we can have the risk assessments and cost reductions, which was traditionally part of sustainability. Can we go next, please? My personal experience in sustainability and green efficiency was once in Tehran, in Iran, by the project of Tehran Without Hunger, which was an experience by adopting a circular solution in prosumers and co-creation. We used to gather overproductions from supermarkets and restaurants, and having a CSR campaign by combining certain businesses without having any expenses, and gather all of the overproduced materials and bring it toward the communities who need it. Look like refugee camps, look like STF camps and stuff, homeless people, where they're trying to serve the homeless peoples. My experience in Mamaso in Japan was trying to have waste as resources, which was plastic, and trying to use that resource efficiency in a consumer choice influencing. And the other experience, which was also toward irrigation, we try to use a circular economy islands in Sistan and Baluchistan in Iran by having sustainable farming ideas and being water efficient, being more water efficient. We try to have water supplies more having in ecological purposes without having more impact in surrounding environment on that area. Can we go next, please? We are wanted to have improving cooperation and enhancing and transforming it toward ecocentricity and green economy. Green business models not only resource efficient, but is having a value creation toward our main approaches. End of life strategies efficiency is so important, but it should be paying concern into the business models and innovation. I personally, having certain approaches in worldwide demands toward that and aligning that to the business strategies. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry about my computer problems, which confused me in the whole presentation, and I couldn't have hands-on what I prefer.
Thank you, Amir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
This is the references of the presentation. And maybe
we can open this to questions or comments if we have.
Is there any questions or comments?
Yes. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, well, thank you, Amir, for this interesting presentation. For me, it was a discovery of what sustainability concepts are containing, and so that in this sense, it's really interesting. My question is, you have presented the concept, so very interesting. Now, if I am an industrial or if I am a water manager, where could I find the guideline or any support to operate this kind of green development or this kind of sustainable development? Because this is a concern of the profession.
The point is that thank you for your great question. European Parliament are also having the idea of eco-innovation at the heart of European policies. So we can find certain indicators in European Parliament, but mostly we are using traditional indicators, look like profitability, economic outputs, or also air quality, water quality, and stuff. If we want to have the concern of sustainable development, we can use ISO systems 3070, 100, 101, and having the approaches of resiliency, efficiency, proficiency, and profitability toward our business systems and business models.
Okay, if you can provide us with the link of the process which is undergoing in the Parliament, this is really of value for us.
I will share it.
If you can share it with in the chat, that could be wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, if I can comment on this one, following the question here, I think that the main we are all occupied with finding the right business model for sustainability and profitability in some sense. And this is like that's the business model that we're looking for in our companies. That's the business model that we're looking for our customers, actually, in most of the cases, and how to bring the best technologies, how to bring the best models, and how to be profitable at the end of the day. We talk about nature, we talk about human relationship, we're talking about many aspects of the business. And this has to do with the European Commission as well, and for the regulation and the directions that the European community is taking. So we're all aligned on both aspects, on the aspects of how we do the business, but mostly on the aspect of who are we serving and how can they do their business better, and we're looking for the profitability in both sides, actually.
It's mostly about the demands, and when we are satisfying the demands, we can use it as something to improve our brand image and something to improve our marketing approaches. It's going to open the new segments in markets, and we can use our certifications, we can use a standardization as something like a competitive advantage, which is all certain competitors are not having and owning it in their own business models. European Parliament is actually having EU environmental technology verification, which is I share it at the end, which our audiences can have more information through the last link.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Any more questions from the audience? I think it was we got a lot to learn here on this one. Any question, comment or comments before we? Good. All right. So Amir, thank you very much for your presentation. I think that it will be very beneficial to have it published with your permission on our website, and because there is a lot of content there, and you got only very, very little time. But I think that the main message here was best on the like a little bit like a structural approach on the sustainability to give us some perspective on past and future, and where we more or less. I think it's good because we're all using the same words. We're talking about sustainability, and we got some additional context here. So
I really appreciate your time, and again, I apologize for my technical problems, which is I actually lost my concentration on my presentation because of that.
That's what I find. So thank you very much, Amir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amir.
So now we are going to move to the latest part of the forum with the innovation technology session. In this session, one of our members has the opportunity to introduce a new technology. And this time it's Bruno Peroni from l'INSEE, who is going to present us about IOT and machine health for center pivots. So Bruno, do you want me to show your slide, or do you want to show your slide?
I can share here. Let me try.
You can share, okay.
Is everybody able to see my screen?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Okay. Okay, let's start. First, thank you for the opportunity to speak for this group. I think as part of the industry, it's always good share what we are doing, but share our challenge and the same problems we are facing. Quick introduce myself. I'm Bruno Perroni. I'm from Brazil. I work in irrigation almost 20 years in Brazil, in South America, live in US, work in the US market, and most recently based here in Europe, responsible for marketing for EMEA APAC region for Lindsay Corporation. Today, I'll talk a little bit about some of our developments, concerns, and solutions we are trying to find to address some issues. Some of we just discussed it here about sustainability, how we can use better resource, how we can improve our business, our revenues, our results, but also how we can improve our growers' life and their image as a part of the agricultural chain. Initially, I would like just to brief how the IoT and technology has changed in agriculture. I think everybody knows data is like that, but I think it's always good to remember why we are adopting technology. This data from USDA, you can see how the usage of GPS guidance, and here is not only irrigation, but the whole agriculture, including combines and things, how it's more common in agriculture, and why farmers are adopting more, why industry are adopting more these. First, improve efficiency, reduce the overall cost for us and for growers. Verticalization and localized data is the main reason we are using more data and try to be more efficient. And it can be from the agronomic side, like the precision irrigation, like we've seen a lot of platforms that help growers to improve the yield, control disease, but we can also improve the planting process, the harvesting process. We can manage better the financing issues, like for example, companies that are insurance the crops, they can have more information about whether the risk they are offering, so they can reduce the cost of insurance for growers. And the overall cost, the idea is reduce the overall cost of agriculture, that it's getting high and pressure farmers and their margins. Just briefly, I'd like to touch the current connectivity in agriculture. Today, I would say most of the solutions we see in the field or are running through radio networks or 3G or 4G networks. Of course, there are some other options, but most commonly you see everybody is connected with some of those. It's somehow good because you could expand really fast the connectivity in farms, and I would say about irrigation more specifically, but the hardware is still somehow expensive. And to unlock the potential of IoT, or we need to improve technology or need change, because those technologies are not support the improvement the IoT can offer to the field. So over the next date is a research from McKinsey. The current technology will be better and new ones will emerge. And I'm truly sure it's going to reduce the cost of the hardware, make it more accessible for growers, make it more easy for industry to have a same or common connection in the farms, because sometimes we have different networks, different regulations among countries. It for us in the industry, it brings a lot of challenge when you try to scale a solution, because as part of the industry, and when we develop something, our challenge is not only develop a nice and technology that can say, wow, this is a great technology farms can use, but we as an industry should be able to make this a business. We should be able to scale that. it should be able to provide this to growers in an affordable way, and they should be able to use it, and you should be able to support this technology. So when you have so many different regulations across country, it makes for us difficult to innovate in when you talk about different technologies. So as more simple it is, I think the development will be better. But let's talk about, we discussed a lot about solutions and sustainability and how we can innovate. But when you have boots on the ground and you talk with farmers, they still facing some challenge. Like, for example, I'm using here some examples of the pivot side, but I'm truly sure other systems, they are facing their challenge as well. And some are common, like energy, price, and one very common, it's a shortage of labor. Farmers are really concerned about that. But for irrigation, we have flat tires, we have roots, we have the terrain alignment. Sometimes it's a problem, especially for old machines. So farmers, when you talk with farmers, they still facing some operational challenge. Even we are often the most advanced technology, they still facing some operational challenge. And we are in the industry. Are we able to address those challenges? How we are taking these? And these some questions I bring here, not to, but my idea to bring this idea is show that, okay, are we listening the farmers? Are we listening their real challenge? Or we are only trying to bring new technology they are maybe not concerned to use yet? So there is something that we're thinking about. Some results of our voice of customer. 30% of our growers, they spend more than 2 hours change flat tires. But they say, well, we have flat tire solution, why they're not using it? Because it's still very common. They use no regular tires. 74% of the growers, they spend weeks or months trying to hire new employees. It's getting even tough for them. 78% of the growers told us they spend a few hours a week they making the pivots just to make sure the pivots are running. But you ask me why? You have FieldNet, why don't I use FieldNet is our remote control solution. But why they spend? Because not everybody has it yet. And 47% of growers spend more than 11 hours per week planning their irrigation scheduling. Even there's plenty of tools in industry just for helping them with the irrigation scheduling. So despite a lot of tools in the market, farmers is still facing challenge with the basic operation. So their time is not well used so far. So I share a little bit about our development. We are working the smart pivot. It's a concept where we have two streams of development. One is the machine health and another one is the crop health. The overall idea is reduce risk, decrease downtime, improve crop health and sustainability. Crop health, it's a stream that we have one part of the group, the developers working more on the crop, issues, disease, and how we can help farmers to address this part of the agronomic side. And the other one that is I'm going to cover today, it's the machine health. How we can help to address those issues I shared at the beginning, like the flat tires, like the alignment faults, things that how we can use the IoT and advanced technology we are developing to address those issues that are very basic operational issues for them. I explored this layered graphic a little bit, just to share with you some thoughts. At the bottom part, you have the center pivot, the machine, the pure machine, like the farm is running that. The second layer is the machine health and telemetry. I think telemetry, it's very, it's a broad solution today. You can see many options in the market. So we've seen more and more. But if you go to the top of this, you see irrigation scheduling VRI, the precision irrigation. So we have, and many other companies have precision irrigation and advanced irrigation scheduling tools, or using sensors, moisture sensor or using models. But are we covering the whole list of things that a farmer should be concerned? Or we are trying to jump to the top of these technology and force them to use? Because sometimes we are talking about precision irrigation control, how much water each sprinkler is applying, but farmers are still concerned about their basic operation. And so I think we have some room for improvement from the bottom to the top. Even we have such nice technology for irrigation scheduling and VRI. And here I'm trying to explain that why we are spending some time and some development on this machine health concept. Even we keep investing on irrigation scheduling and advanced application. And crop health is part of our development as well. But what is the benefits of this machine health? Well, the benefit is having more information about the machine and help farmers to know what's going on and help them to identify when the problem is coming. We don't want to tell them the flat is tight, the tire is flat. We want to tell them something is not going to be right. If the tire is losing pressure, you tell them in advance. If the center drive or the gearbox is not running well, we'll tell them in advance. That's our main goal. It's reduce labor, reduce the number of people they need in the field to facilitate one of the struggles that it's find people and give them information. What are the benefits and features that we are thinking about it? So the first is predictive maintenance. As you know, usually people don't do maintenance as they should do, even the regular one. So our hope is the predictive maintenance will help them to address some issues before, and of course save time, save money for them. Advanced troubleshoot. As more information we have about the machine, as more fast we can react, as more fast our dealers can react, and cheaper for the farmer address their issues. Reduce water and energy inputs. When you have a trouble with the machine, and here specific about pivot, if you are now running when you schedule to run, you may need to run more hours to recap the amount of water you should apply. So, or maybe you need to run in a different time when the energy is more expensive. So if you keep your machine running as planned, you reduce the water and energy inputs, and of course improve yield. Especially if you have years like we had today, one day with our irrigation, you can damage your yield depending of the stage of the crop. So we just one example. We imagine you have a tower of a center pivot. We can know where each tower is the problem. Okay, it's not only an alert, but we can really tell what's going on. We can tell the condition monitoring, for example, get logs, get monitorings, and really show data from the machine, from the center drive, from the gearbox. Tire pressure is one example. We have other things that we are working on, but I'm using tire pressure just as one example. Here is just one of some screens that I would like to share with you, where we see the problem. We can see the tower. And one thing that we are working here is not, one is when something will be a problem, and another one is a real problem. So these will help customers to understand when they need to act in advance. But I think the most exciting part here, if you see, is the third one, because we are using machine learning. And what you would like to do here, as more the machine is running in the field, as more information the machine is getting from this field. So we can tell more about the toughest part of the field, when the farmer needs to pay attention or improve the tracks, or when you can act as a company to help them to address this issue. So it's not going to be a machine running and telling the problem. It's going to learn from the field, and you can adapt the machine and you can adjust for this machine run more smoothly and without problems. I think this machine learning is it's something that we are very excited with information that I get and how we can adjust the product to address the growers' issues. One example for the track issues I just mentioned, for example, I have a track issue here. Which tower shut down, which tire is flat or it's getting low pressure. I can get information which center drive it's going on. Here it's I can get information if it's the amperage it's high or too low. And it's I can compensate the speed. I can avoid some failures that we usually have with the pivot when it's operating the very basic level. And here I don't want to use too much your time, because the idea is not explore the whole solution, but more the concept and what you're discussing here today. Because when you talk about sustainability and how we bring this technology, this nice presentation we have before, I think we as a company and we as an industry, our challenge is how we get this whole nice idea and technology and build a business model that fits for us and for our growers. And I think it's really nice when you talk about sustainability, when you talk about save water, save resource, but how we translate these in things that really change the farmer's life and how we change the market. I think we cannot change the market, we cannot change the perception of irrigation if you are not change the farmers. And I think they play a very important role in our business. They are vital for us, and we should bring farmers to the discussion about how to address these issues. Listen more to the farmers, listen more to the challenge. It's really important, and we are trying to do this, address their basic issues, but of course, invest in some new technology, new ideas that we can incorporate, like VRI and precision, but as also take care of their main concern. So this is the path we are following. I'm open for questions, and it's just a quick presentation about the direction we are moving as a company for address this challenge that we as an irrigation company we have.
Thank you very much, Bruno, for your presentation. I think that I have some comments, but I let maybe the other first. If you have questions or comment.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to start, and then we'll let other people if they would like. So I really liked your presentation, Bruno, because I think that you've touched, first of all, I learned that you have IoT on flat tires, which I didn't know before that it exists. And but it's about the approach, and about the approach about on how we listen to the customers, and what is the. You ended the presentation saying, but we need to. I'm not sure about changing the farmers, but yeah, we need to listen to the farmers in the right way and to see what's their problem. And maybe I'll take this as a question, because I just learned that you bring a lot of international experience, which is very interesting for me. So I live and work in Europe, but I come from other backgrounds. Do you see any maybe a few words about the approach of the farmers to new technologies, because you're now introducing machine learning and IoT, and some people are. Can you identify anything like in terms of characteristic, like the customers you find in Europe versus other countries, the adaptation level?
Yeah, what I can tell you, as far as I notice, we have the same profiles of customers in terms of technology adoption everywhere. From Brazil to US and here, we have the early adopters, we have the guys that they don't care. It's something new, they take these, they start use. But we have the early adopters, we have the people that are more conservative, they don't want to bring this technology because it means impact on their cash flow. and they are not really sure that it's gonna pay off for them. So they may avoid this. They want to see their neighbors using this before. But in general, even Europe, you know better than me, it's not a one single piece. We have many different countries, many different cultures, but I clearly see some countries, they have more, they likely adopting more new technology than others. I think others I've seen it's a little behind in terms of infrastructure, I would say. But in Europe in general, I think people are very welcome to new technologies compared to Middle East, for example, or some countries in Africa. Brazil, I would say they are very motivated for new technology. But in US, in the United States, was a surprise for me. Many farmers, they are not. We have one part they are very adopted, but there's some that are still very old style. They are very restricted to this new technology.
Yeah, so maybe that's surprising, because I was thinking that due to the size and the average size of farmers in the US, if you compare it to countries in Europe, I would say that the approach of the ROI, the financial approach, the way you're going to present this, if it has a business case behind it, that's going to be easier to sell, I guess.
Yeah, and that's the challenge. I think we as an industry, I think one of our challenges is shape that idea and format this in a way that farmers can understand the true benefit for them. So I think when you try to bring too much concept and too much ideas, and you not convert these in numbers and things that if I'm okay, this is going to impact my life, I will produce more, I will have more money in my pocket. I think if we are able to translate it in a language that the farmers can capture and make and perceive that it's going to make a difference in their business, I think they will buy it more easy. I think we as an industry, I think we have some path to go to sell these ideas. It's my opinion.
Interesting. I like it. Right. Any other comments or questions to Bruno from the audience?
Yeah. No, interesting.
Okay.
Well, we another Bruno. Well, in my former life as a researcher, we have tried to operate precision irrigation, and I know how complicated it is, or how complicated it was about 15 years ago, when all the IoT and all the remote monitoring and the observation potentiality were not as they are. But today, from what I see, this type of approach on precision irrigation, on precision farming, generally speaking, is quite complicated, is quite data demanding. And so the problem is that the cost effectiveness may be challenging. And so what answers do you have on this? As if you want to develop something, it has to be cost balanced with the benefit that you can get.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, because during this development path, we realized that we are not a data company. So how we structure our data? We are good in irrigation. We are good to listen to our customer, to develop the machine. And what we found as a solution, we find partners that are specializing in data. So from this machine learning and how you organize our architecture of data, it's our partnership with Microsoft Azure. So we have a specific partner to help us how to address the data issue, because we can develop a nice solution to control some machines, but when we're thinking about make this scale and get more data and how we organize the data and how we can shape this data, and revert this to the customer in a way they can use this, we need someone to help us with data, because it's not, if we bring this to our company, I think we may get lost because we lose our purpose. So Lindsay is still a company that develops irrigation. It's a little bit different. We have a lot of developers inside. We have programmers. We have a whole floor that is only programmers there. But we have partners that it's our master in how organize data for us. So that's the solution we found as a company.
Okay, thank you.
Then, thank you. Oui, Michel.
Oui.
Ah, tu es on mute, Michel. You're on mute. No, you're still on mute, Michel. Like, we cannot hear you.
And now?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, my question is have you a solution for the old pivot? Because now they have a problem of corrosion of the pipe, of the main pipe, and cracking, and the span fell down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we have a solution for that to know the thickness of the pipe, the corrosion.
Yeah, I cannot disclaim all sensors and solutions we bring as a machine health, but we have planned from the structural side to the operation, the machine, the parts of the machine that has movement. We have a whole plan for parts of the machine that we will cover in terms of the machine health or status of the machine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, any more questions to Bruno before we continue? Well, continue to the end. Bruno, thank you very much for your presentation. Lovely.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah,
online.
appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate the opportunity. Yeah.
Great. Cheers. Okay, so I think that Fleur, we're after the closing session, right? At this point, we're gonna have well, we still have a few minutes for Q&A, questions, comments, anything that comes from your side. So please raise your hand or comment directly. Just through the reaction, raising your hand. Actually, so in the meanwhile, maybe a few words. Yeah, we got one. Please go ahead. I don't read Greek, so I cannot pronounce the name. Sorry.
Maybe it looks Greek to you because it is in Greek. Okay.
I am okay.
I haven't found a way to change it, but I can use the microphone now. And
yes, great. Please go ahead.
I am Yannis Tsirogiannis from Irmasis. I didn't manage to present our company before, so I think I could have just 1 minute to
Please
tell you
ahead.
that.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. That I am an agricultural engineer, and along with a team of other professional and academics in hydrology, in survey engineering, irrigation management, and informatics, we founded Irmasis. The situation in Greece is that almost all the plains that have agricultural significance are irrigated using participatory irrigation systems. And there, the average size of the fields per farmer is less than 5 hectares. So you see that there is this speciality in special occasion in Greece. So, and the managing organization of those participatory systems need support regarding water management. So in this context, we were focused on participatory large-scale irrigation system, and our ambition is to contribute to consciousness and capacity building for efficient irrigation water use, and we develop and install and support digital tools and services for irrigation management in these areas. And these are not only information technology systems, because we also support them. We include training and other, let's say, activities in our platform to make them efficient. So for us, it is an honor to be members of the European Irrigation Association. We hope to cooperate with you and contribute to the achievement of the goals of the association. And okay, and also I would like to thank you for the very interesting event today, because also we heard very interesting things.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure having you, and I hope we're going to have a fruitful relationship in the association. So welcome again. Any comment or questions on the open microphone before we close the session? I would add, until we're going to have more volunteers, that I think that you rightly said before, the last session, that our success is based on many cooperations we're doing. We cannot do it alone, even though we are so many times we find each other. We're facing each other on the fields and so on. There is a lot of value in participating, in sharing, in bringing technologies, in telling the stories. Because we're here to promote this sector. At the end of the day, we have a common goal, and that's what we're trying to do within the association. And that was a pleasure meeting you today, seeing you, listening to your very interesting presentations. Thank you, Amir, for the presentation, taking the time to taking us through the sustainability. Thank you very much, Bruno, for your presentation, showing us a little bit of what does it mean IoT. In your field, in your technology. Of course, special thanks to you, Flor, and Jean-Maurice, for your support on this one. Still, we got, if you have any comments or questions, the microphone is open. Yes, Bruno.
Just one comment and one information. In terms of information, the next subject for the forum will be focusing on carbon compensation applicable to agriculture, which is a subject that we all hear about, but without knowing exactly how to access it. So that's the first point. And the second point, I am sure that you all have questions or ideas of questions to be addressed during the forum. And so I would be delighted to have your feedback on this through Fleur, just to plan the future subject of the forum. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and the presentation you saw today will be available on our website in a few days. We will do a report of the forum, and you can download the different presentations.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all a very nice afternoon or evening. Sending our prayers to the end of the war in Ukraine, and the forum is closed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, and thank you for the presentation.
Thank you, everyone.